So I recently did a challenge in which I was able to go 60 days without watching TV, without watching television, watching movies, or being on social media. I did that for 60 whole days, and I survived. And now that I'm back, back on social media or back doing things some of the things, not everything, but some of the things that I wasn't doing during that electronic fast, that e-fast, that I feel like we should all take every once in a while to appreciate, the world around us, to appreciate ourselves, to really get in tune with who we are as people. I feel like we should all take an e-fast, to unplug, to reboot our computer, our system, the mind. While doing that, I went through a lot. There were different things that happened, but I survived. I survived. I made it through it. And upon returning, putting my fist up in the air and triumphantly saying, I did it. I made it. I'm victorious. I realized that there's just a lot of junk, I'm sure you've heard it before, but it really kind of goes without saying. There's just a lot of junk out there that we absorb on a daily basis. And often we don't even realize it. We don't even see what is happening before our very eyes. We are unaware of the process that we are taken through when we digest all these things on social media. And so I've started to say this thing to myself that there's a new TV. Perhaps you have heard different descriptions of the word television. I've heard TV described as the electronic income reducer. It reduces your income electronically. I've heard it described as television, that it tells lies to you visually. I've heard it described as, television, where people who either don't have a vision, don't care about a vision, or they have a vision and they're not acting on their vision. They watch TV, tell a vision, where they get to see other people tell a vision of their own lives and vicariously live through another person. On social media, we can vicariously live through the eyes of another person, or the experiences of another person, or the travels of another person. But more and more, I'm learning that it is my self-esteem, my own self-image, that makes it so I don't have to constantly be looking at reality TV, glad that my life is not as bad as someone else's, or wishing that my life was as good as someone else's. Rather, I can live my own life. I made a podcast episode very early on. It was probably like the 4th or 5th one on here, and it was called Live Your Own Movie. One of my coworkers, I asked her why she doesn't go to the movies. She said, oh no, I'm busy living my own movie. That always stuck with me. She said, why go to the movies when I can live my own movie? Oh my gosh. She has no idea how she impacted me that day. But it's true. And now I pick and very selectively choose, very intentionally choose what I want to look at on social media, programs, anything. I say now that positivity is my TV. My new TV is positivity. I'd rather look at something positive. There's so many things that we can look at that are negative, so many things, and we can focus on that. And when we focus on that, that will expand. It will expand in our lives. It will expand in our minds. But the opposite is also true. Conversely, if we focus on the positive things, if we look at the things that are going right, the things that are happening that are magical and wondrous all around us, the amazing things that happen every day, then maybe just go, and skate over the heads of people who don't consciously take the time to notice them. For every one bad thing, or for every negative thing, in my humble opinion, there are 1,000 positive things. for every one negative. And I choose to look at the positive. I choose to make positivity my TV. What will you choose today? It's a question that I pose to you. Will you choose to focus on the negative things that are happening on a daily basis? Or will you choose to focus on the positive things that are also happening on a daily basis all around you? This has been Jerome Shaw. Thank you for listening on TOP, that is the Open Palm Podcast, here in rainy, but lovely, lovely rain. I love the rain. Rainy San Antonio, Texas. The Open Palm means harmony with the world, understanding our place in the world, using our skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. I do pray that you received a message from this episode today and that it would encourage you to perhaps look at the things that you watch or the things that you absorb, the things that you digest, and maybe make a little switcheroo. From time to time, see how your mind starts to think. See how your emotions, the energy in motion starts to feel. See how you start to feel about yourself and about the world around you when you start to digest more positive things in your life. It's just a subtle change, just a small change that makes a big difference. If you enjoy positive podcast episodes like this on this one, definitely feel free to subscribe if you're not already. Share this message with someone else who deserves to hear this, someone else who could gain value from this message. It's not for me. It's for anyone else that you feel would gain value from this, that would really be impacted. If you would share it, that would be awesome. And if you do enjoy this podcast in general, consider supporting it by opening your browser, going to anchor.fm/jshaw and supporting it there. And it is much appreciated. All the reviews that have come in, thank you to the people that leave a review. If you would take just a moment to leave a positive review on whatever platform that you are choosing to listen to this, that is also much appreciated. In fact, there is a little thing going on, a little contest that I designed for all the listeners out there who are listening to this podcast. If you decide to support this podcast with even just $1 or more in the month of June 2019, you will automatically be entered into a contest to have a chance to receive $100. So if you just want some easy money, an easy 100, just enter for a chance. You can support the podcast with $1 or more. That's less than most people tip their bartenders. So if you get value like that from listening to these episodes, drop a tip today. I'm also on YouTube at Jerome Shaw. Just type in my name, you'll find videos there. And as always, my friend, have a blessed day or night, wherever you are. Take care.